moved out of that house, moved back to Madison Street the next year. And then, for some reason, we rented this house down here.
You have your flashers on.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm okay. This is on Dundee Road. And I don't have a picture of this house in my... I can't believe I don't have a picture of it, but I know, so I would like to get a picture of it, too. In this house, the same thing. It had a maid's room. But I used to come up this hill here. And I ride my bicycle to school, to Glencoe, you know, so I had to ride up all this hill here. And my house was right there. Except it was white when I lived there. And, let me see, I think I'll just turn around here. There were no houses here either. None of these were here. There were like about 3 houses on Green Bay Road. But this was a long time ago. This was
Watch it.
when I was in 5th grade. I think I can just go in this driveway here. He doesn't mind, does he? Is this my house?
The next one, I think.
Oh, this is my house here.
This one with the arch windows?
Yeah. But it was white when I lived here.
Huh. With a little balcony up there.
Yeah. I have a picture of my cat on that balcony. Isn't that funny that it's so different? But anyway.
It's neat.
Neat.
They are nice
But
houses.
I ride my bicycle to school. I mean, I did it every day. And I loved having my bicycle and stuff like that. But I started out on a rainy day and I'd be late to school or something. And I get up here and I go halfway up the hill and I go, Mother, you have to take me. It's raining or I can't do it. I'm going to be late to school or something. She said, okay, I'll do that. So then when I lived there, I had to go to North School, which is right up here. But these were beautiful houses in here, all the way back here. And one of my good friends lived up there, Barbara, what's her name? Barbara Branch, her name was. They called her Twig. She was a good friend of mine forever.
I remember that name. See, that's funny because I always thought you lived east of the tracks.
Well, I did once here, and we're gonna go up there in a minute. And then I had a boyfriend who lived, I think, right here. No, one of these houses along here. Anyway, his name was Eddie Cahayan. I'll go up here in a minute. And he raised. Is that his?
They've got stop signs, yeah.
He raised rabbits, so he gave me some of his rabbits, and and Daddy made a I think he gave me the rabbits, and Daddy said it cost him $100 to build the cage for the rabbits. He lived right here in this crazy house right here.
One on the corner?
Yeah, Eddie Cahayan. He was my true love. Fortunately, I didn't marry him. But this
Whatever happened to him?
I have no idea. This is North School, so I went here for a year, and there was a little stand, I guess, or a little tiny house that had candy in it, and I would stop there every day and get licorice sticks.
What kind of a house? You mean?
Oh, just a little.
Like a candy shop or something?
No, it was like a bathroom sitting right there. It was a silly little thing.
And they'd sell candy to the kids on the way to school?
Yeah, on the way home. Crazy.
That's funny. I don't know if that's a school. Oh yeah, it looks like it is still a school.
It still is a school. Now it's not a school anymore. They've made it into a Glencoe
community center or something. Yeah.
So then, in 8th grade, we moved over here, and this is where my mother was. I loved this house. This was a really beautiful house. It had fruit trees in the back of it, and I really just loved this house. And I lived across the street from Ellen Watson, who was a good friend of mine. And I think it's up here. I think it's Walden Drive. to look. Yeah, that's it. Is that what the street is?
Crescent, Walden.
Walden, yeah, that's it. So I lived in this house right here. And it was just a really pretty house.
Yeah, it's beautiful too.
But I think they've added on to it. It wasn't that big. They must have, maybe they tore it down.
Uh-huh.
They might have done that. But Ellen Watson lived down the street here. And somebody else I know lived in there. And I babysat for the people who lived in there.
And that house was there.
Yeah. Well, it was different than that. It's probably been torn down too. I don't know. But this is where my father came home one day and said, I'm going to divorce you, Gertrude. And she was in tears, of course. Had no idea. And I was telling Holly the other day that they had some really good friends who his name was Sumner, and Russell Sumner, and he was the son of the man my grandmother was madly in love with.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Will Sumner.
Right.
And he was a good friend of Mother's. And
We going that way? Or
no,
what?
I'm going to show you Jeff's old house.
Oh, yeah.
It's just right here. He kept saying to me, why didn't you come play baseball? We played baseball here every night. And I said, nobody asked me. I didn't know. But he lives just about a block down here.
So
Yeah.
what was Russell Sumner? What did he do?
Oh, so he and his wife were really good friends of Mother. But when my father, a year before, started taking up with, running around with B. Stewart, and he and his wife would go on trips together with Daddy and B.
Oh, really?
So my mother was just, not only was she mad at my father, she was mad at everybody. She was horrified at the whole thing. Anyway, so Jeff, we come down here all the time, and he tells me about all the people that lived in all these houses here. Now it's 100% Jewish. Unbelievable. We came down here one Sunday, and they were all marching. But he lived in this house right here. And it's just a beautiful house.
Yeah, it's gorgeous too.
I mean, it's enormous.
Wow.
So anyway, now let me see. I think I'm just gonna back around here.
Yeah, go back this way maybe. You don't want to get with that truck again.
No. Well, let me see. I could go up